Hi, so I wanted to make this video specifically because when I was looking, I did a lot of research for this company that I applied for. So the company is called Noom, and I'm going to say up front, I'm not saying anything bad about this company. They were very friendly and they treated me nice. So this is not a video talking bad about Noom. But it is a video talking about valuing yourself and reading everything before you sign it. So I'm going to begin by saying that before, when I started applying for Noom, it was like the end of October, beginning of November. And I started a lot of researching to see what it would be like, what the company was like, what were the values, because what was the Better Business Bureau, what did it say, what did everybody say that didn't give a good rating. I was really carefully, I read everything, I read anything negative, I researched it. One thing I never found was something saying what it was actually like to work for the company. And now I know why. So I am going to tell you. It was really great. I went through the interviewing process and it was exactly like I read. So if whatever you've read, that is exactly it. You'll get a difficult client that's really just going to tell you no to everything, and you just have to be really friendly and be like, well, let's try this instead. Well, let's try this instead. And if you do that, you're in. And then, be friendly and upbeat. And whenever I got hired on, they loved me. They read me all the things that my interviewers said, and I was real happy with that. So here I am. I put my 2 weeks notice in at my part-time job, because here I'm going from part-time to full-time, and then I do on my own business, and I had told them up front. It was I did a video. I told them I was a health coach for curvy girls. That's what I do. My company is Curvy Girl Excursions. And although I don't come across as a regular health coach, I do that. I like to promote self-love and wellness and eating well and loving your body exactly how it is and listening to your body. So I am a certified health coach. I have a psych degree. That my cat's in a cone. So if you can hear background noise, I really apologize. Anyway, so I put in my 2 weeks and I'm real excited, and they're like, we're sending you your paperwork. So they sent me my paperwork and I'm like, okay, this is fine. And now I've signed many, non-competes. I worked for AT&T for 18 years. I took an early retirement. I signed non-competes for them. And I have no problem. So I pull it open and I read the first line. I'm like, okay, the whole first section is, it got to a point where it says you can never badmouth the company even after you don't work there, which is probably why I've never seen a video about it, because somebody doesn't want to accidentally say the wrong thing. Even though when I was in their system, everybody seemed really happy. There were 3 people that were leaving and they said really nice things about the company. So like I said, I'm not here to say anything bad about the company, even though I did not sign the release, so I could totally say whatever I wanted. But everybody was super friendly and helpful. We just didn't come to an agreement. So then we got to a part in this non-compete. I have to list everything that is my intellectual property. I'm like, okay. And then it says that if I accidentally mention my or use my intellectual property, it then belongs to them. And anything, the time arrangement, because I would get to choose my own hours. I would be on clock all the time because I was salary. And then it says any idea I come up with during this time frame, would belong to them. I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound good. And then it says publicity. So anything that if I'm in the middle of writing a book, it's not published yet because I'm writing it. And so if I wrote the book and it is about health and wellness, which I teach and do, they would own the rights to it. If I speak, if I wrote a book with anybody else, it didn't matter that that person was in on it. They would own the rights to it. So I kept reading and I was like, this can't be right. So I instantly, I know a lot of people that know a lot of people. So I'm like, does anybody have a lawyer I can talk to? I need a lawyer I can talk to right now. I've got a whole bunch of lawyers. I called a couple of them. I only had to pay for one of them, but I paid for that one. And the other couple talked to me for free. They read through the agreement. Every single one of them went, this is a bad deal for you. I was like, that's what I thought. So I was devastated because I really was excited about going to this job, and I'm a hypnotherapist. So I thought, hey, if I can talk to them about some hypnotherapy, I could, get some of my meditations. But according to this, if I use that, I wouldn't get paid more. And I don't want to get paid the same as everybody else and do more work. I want to help people, but I own a business that can help people. So if I'm going to give it away for free, I'm going to give it away for free. I want it to be up to me. And they acted like I was crazy. Like when I said, I don't like this non-compete. And they're like, well, that's just so you stick to your thing. I said, okay, I'm willing to sign whatever you're telling me. I will sign a modified version. I don't want my publicity to be owned by Noom. That would mean my YouTube channel could possibly be. Now, right now, sure, I'm just this person, but you never know what any of us, we're all capable of being Oprah or The Rock or, anything. We all have that capability to become something bigger. And I really thought about how The Rock, when he joined, I don't know, I don't follow wrestling, so WWE, WWF, whatever, he signed on and they gave him the name The Rock and this persona. And he was young. And then he wanted, he knew that wrestling wouldn't be forever. And he wanted to get into acting. So they would not allow him to use The Rock because they owned it. And so it took him years to become Dwayne Johnson. And that would be fine. So I was thinking if I was young and in my 20s, maybe I would sign these. But as, a 40-year-old, I don't want to start all over. I don't want them to take, I own a business called Curvy Girl Excursions, and we do really fun things. And most of it's wellness, because to me, even getting together and doing fun stuff with your friends is, social is such an important part of, feeling good and being connected, because that's what we really, really need. So, I was like, and then come to find out when I started talking about this with the girls that are in Curvy Girl, they've been with me. I don't ever call them my clients, but, they would be considered my clients for 2 to 3 years, or, they've been working with me or paying for my services for 2 to 3 years. And even though some of them have just downloaded the app and tried it and didn't really like it, they would have been considered their clients and they could no longer work with me, or they could choose to take over my business. So I just wanted to really say this. Whether you're taking a job or you're signing for anything, it's really made me second guess anything I've signed. I've always been pretty careful. I've been married 3 times. So I've had to start over several times, and I'm not at a point where I am willing to just start over anymore. Not with that part of my life. It's, I love it. I love the people I get to work with. I love what I do. It's so much fun and exciting. I look forward to growing it bigger and bigger, and I can see it that way. And I'm just not willing to sign that over. And I really hope you are not willing to sign over any part of your life ever, because you are amazing and you have the potential to be anything that you want to be and that you can see yourself in the future. And don't let any big company push you around and make you feel fearful like you have to have it. I was really grateful that I was able to call my old part-time job and say, and that they liked me so much that they let me stay. You know, jobs come and go, and nothing is more important than your well-being and your mental health and owning what is in here, because this is amazing, not just mine, but yours and everybody's. You know, we have the capability of just coming up with so many great things. So please, if you are watching this video because you are researching about Noom or any other company, your dream job, please read the fine print. Please make sure you're not selling everything. I always say I refuse to sell my soul. And I have a hard time working for anybody anyway. You know, I don't like taking orders, and I'm really okay. You know, the Noom program isn't what I would do. You know, there's only one eating plan, and I think everybody needs a different eating plan. You know, our bodies all work differently. You know, eat less, move more doesn't work for everybody. Keto works for some people and not for everybody. Being vegan works for some people, but not for everybody. So to make everybody follow this whole system, it didn't make sense, because like one day I ate a salad in the free trial that I did, and they put me in like reds and yellows, and I'm like, I just ate a ton of spinach. I don't know how I had no greens in this. So, you know, I just really read the fine print and always follow your instincts and always follow your heart. It's the most important thing. So I really wanted to make this video and share this with you, because I know that there's a lot of videos out there talking about the program and their results and how it went, but there was nothing talking about, you know, the paperwork. And if I would have seen this video back in October, I wouldn't have gone through the 6 interviews that I did and the hassles that I did just to get stopped right before I was supposed to go through training. I would have been like, oh no, I'm not signing that strict of a non-compete. You know, and maybe that's something that companies should tell you right up front. We're going to have a non-compete. But the non-compete will say that we own you. So anyway, I am just asking you to please always read the fine print and always know your worth and know when to say no, because I think that's the ultimate healthcare. So I hope this video wasn't too long. Anyway, I love you guys, and I really hope you know how amazing you are.